Well, hello, my beautiful fans. This is Aoi Hashiba, and today I finally am ready to tell you the news that I've officially quit being a teacher so I can become a full-time mangaka! Cheer music, confetti, 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 confetti. And it was not an easy decision. It was not an easy decision at all. You know, there's always this feeling inside of me that I'm running out of time. And it could be like this, I don't know, mid to late 20 life crisis thing, or whatever, the psychologist has a proper term to it. But when I was younger, I always felt like, ooh, there's so much time. I have so much time to accomplish anything that I want. My dreams, my project. Do this, do that. And I've always put my dreams on the back burner. Like, you know, you'll have time later, you can do this after work, or maybe you can do this at the weekend, or you can just stay up late before work, or once vacation hits, you can just work all day, every day on it until it ends. And that's how it's been since I started GTT. And, you know, the whole shtick of work on it when you can, work on it on when you can, or, there are people who depend on you, so you gotta work. You gotta put them first, not yourself or your project, them first. That thing. And where did that lead me? All we have is just 2 episodes, and episode 3 is currently in production, so good job me, I guess. I've wasted so much time, and for what? On what? For who? The only thing that I'm grateful is that because I was a teacher, I was able to teach my kids. As redundant as that sounds, that's the only thing I don't regret. I was able to bring them up, show them much world of English and animation, and how fun it is, and how fun it is to learn languages, and how to become friends with other people who with the same interests. It's honestly, that was the best part, and I don't regret it at all. And now there is no time left. I can't just go back in time and tell myself, oh, you gotta work on GTT, honey. What are you doing? You know, the time is literally slipping through your fingers. It's being carried away by the ocean. You will have the time in the future. You will be able to just work, work, work. And now, that dream is just ashes. Because I didn't know that I wouldn't have time. I wouldn't have time in the future. I didn't know. So in the end, was it worth it? Was it worth it? It is why I decided that now is the time. It's time to stop putting this dream on the back burner. It's time to actually make it a reality. Sensei has taught us that we should take risks, even if the odds are completely not in our favor, even if the chance of winning is beyond slim. We still must try. Until the very last life point, we still must try and win. So, I'm giving myself 1 year to make it happen. GCT has gone through many changes, to be honest. I've done the redraws, rewrites, so many goddamn changes. Oh my god. When I first started GCT, it was such a silly idea because it was back in 2009 and people in the Yu-Gi-Oh forums were like, wouldn't it be cool if that Takahashi were to continue the series, the Duel Monster series, and we would see what would happen with the gang, or give us an additional season if Autumn was still there. But they also wanted a female protagonist. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll give it a shot, why not? It's just for fun. And that's how GTT was born, basically. So I just started working on it, I started working on the manga, and it looks absolutely terrible. My drawing skills, not to mention me being a teenager, led me in a very interesting direction, to be frank with you. Oh my god, I am still embarrassed by it. But yeah, in the end, I kind of gave up on the idea. For like a couple of years, I believe. And then I was studying animation back in college, and I was like, maybe I should give it a shot again and make it an animated project? Why not? Maybe just like one episode. I mean, like, nobody's gonna watch it anyway, so it's like, eh. And then I finished it like 4 years later, so... It's funny because the first part of the episode, it's like, that was my first year in college and I could barely do anything, so there was a lot of footage that was used from other animated projects, as well as a lot of masking and stuff. Then the later part, some of it had to be animated, and then, oh my god, episode 1 is such a giant mess that somehow became successful. Yeah, that was my shock because I did not expect it whatsoever. I was like, yeah, no, it's just, yeah, nobody's gonna watch it. Maybe like, I don't know, 100 views, 200 views at most. And less than a month later, it was a whopping 1,400 views? Yeah, something like that. Before YouTube decided to take it down because, of course, I infringed on the copyright laws, and NASA decided to... Not NASA. And NASA decided to copyright the episode. Well, yeah, potato, whatever. But honestly, that gave me a boost to be like, maybe I should work on the second episode. So, I did. And that also took me almost 3 years to complete because... yeah, no, that was terrible. That was honestly terrible. I decided that, yeah, no, I'm just going to animate an episode that takes a team of at least 50 people to complete. So, yeah, it was bad. And some of the stuff was also had to be reused. There was still a lot of masking in there, and even the dual monsters had to be taken from Saint Seiya because if I were to even animate the dual monsters, then I would have basically died. So a lot of things had to be cut. I had to do a lot of cutting corners to actually put out episode 2. And I'm still not satisfied with episode 2. I still think it looks meh. And it feels meh. And I also completely forgot about the sorts of revealing light thing. So there is also that. Not to mention there was also so many goddamn errors. Where I forgot at one point to put Yugi transparent and he appears not transparent in one scene, and I'm just like, oh my god, what was I thinking? What was happening? But yeah, my darlings, honestly, it was really, 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 really bad. It was really bad, yeah. To do 2 episodes by myself, but I was very glad that I was able to meet so many wonderful people along this way, like my voice actors. Oh my god, I still love my boys, JB and Troy and Jorge oh my god, they're the best, to be honest. I really, really love these guys so much. But some things aren't meant to last, aren't they? And then, while in production of episode 3, where I was like, yeah, no, this is going to take another 2 to 3 years to complete. Oh god, I don't want to waste my time. What should I do? And we took another hiatus because Corona happened, and other shit happened in my life. The dark ages happened of my life. And yeah, no, the time was still wasted. But during that dark period of my life, with work and other BS that happened, in the end, so much time was wasted, but there was something that I realized. I couldn't continue making episode 3 in the format that it was in, because animation takes time and resources, and because I had to cut on so many resources, the episodes did not look the way that I wanted them to look. Not to mention, I couldn't also put in all the original ideas that I had. So I ended up completely rewriting episode 3, completely revamping the whole thing of how I wanted it to be, and I decided to completely cut out the animation part. Yeah, episode 3, it's not going to be in animated format. I decided to go back to the origin of my project. I decided to go back to the past. Ironic. So, those of you who watch my live streams, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that Yu-Gi-Oh! GTT will continue in this new / old manga format! And you might be wondering, Aoi, where can I read this Volume 3, aka Episode 3 manga of yours? Well, of course, it's right here on my Boosty page. Sign up to a tier where you can read the new pages that will be coming out each month, with all the behind the scenes and other things. That depends on your tier, of course. First off, of course, is Tier 1. For my patrons who are only interested in the new chapters, page by page, before their public release. And of course, some of the behind the scenes. Tier 2 is, of course, for my patrons who want all the exact same perks as a Tier 1, but they also want the pages without the speech bubbles or the sound effects. Very clean pages. They also get exclusive live stream / videos of me either drawing or coloring or just working on the page in general. And then there, of course, there's Tier 3 that is definitely not important. I mean, if you want, but I don't recommend it whatsoever. It's just there for other reasons. But you can read Volume 3 in its entirety, because the novel of it is officially done. Woo! But I still don't recommend this page, so scratch it. No, done. And of course, the big thing about all of this is that once Chapter 1 of Volume 3 is completed, I'll be working on a motion comics of the finished chapter. And with each chapter that will be finished, there will be, of course, a motion comics. And all of this will be before the public release. So, if you sign up to my Boosty, you get to see GTT before everybody else does. As for my YouTube channel, well, my YouTube channel will continue to stay free. It's still going to be not monetized. So my darlings, if you want to support me, please support me on my Boosty. As for my weekly live streams, my darlings, there's also that, since we're talking about YouTube. Well, I decided that, maybe I should also change my YouTube channel a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. But I prepared for you a little Google form where you guys can vote for the things that you want to see on my channel. Top 3 things will be, of course, up on my channel, either weekly or monthly. Each option I signed, how they're going to be proceeded, if it's monthly or a weekly thing, of course. And you can vote for as many as you like. Others that'll be voted will be also up on my Boosty page. So once again, sign up to one of the tiers to get all of the exclusive content that will be posted here. So my darlings, once again, here's the QR code. Please scan it if you want to go to my Boosty page, or of course there's a link in the description box where you can just click on that and go to Boosty page to sign up to one of the tiers. There's also a link for just one-time donation if my darlings you don't want to sign up to any tier and are willing to wait for the public release of the finished product. So only with your support we can make this project work. Let's make him proud. Let's make sure that other people, once they discover GTT, will go back and read his work. And for those who already know of his work, will reread his work again. We have to give back to Sensei. After all, he has given us so much. He has given us his world, his amazing game. He taught us so many lessons through every chapter, through every character interaction. He was and is our hero. Now it's time to give back to him. Yu-Gi-Oh! GTT has always been and always will be a big love and thank you letter to Sensei. This passion that I had since I first saw this project, this work, this amazing manga back in 2009, this passion inside me has been burning all this time. And I want nothing more than to finally give back to Sensei and tell him, thank you. Thank you, Sensei, for making me and all the fans all over the world who we are today. Thank you for giving us childhood. Thank you for teaching us all of these lessons. And more importantly, thank you for being our hero. Thank you for watching. Once again, if you want to start reading Yu-Gi-Oh! GTT, you may scan the QR code right here. As always, all the links are in the description box. You can vote using the Google form for the future content for this channel as well as for Boosty. And if you want to give a one-time donation, the link is also in the description box. Thank you once again for all of your support. And thank you for following Yu-Gi-Oh! GTT.